everybody. Still here. I've been waiting for the weather to straighten out. I've been wanting to get up to the White Birch location to go visit Koi and that group up there, but it's just been up and down all over the place, the weather, right? It's that time of year. Winter's so dig its claws in, right? So it can stay. But we'll get snow, rain, and then it'll warm up for part of the day, and then it gets cold again. So this week, it looks like it's going to be a nice week for... Sounds like the weather's going to be good for Halloween. It sounds like it's going to be nice, so which is very good. Which is very good for the kids, right? It's always about the little ones. And usually, Halloween night, the poor little kids are dressed in our hats and winter coats and things like that because it's miserable weather, right? But it sounds like it's going to be okay this year for them, so that's good. Seeing how it's going to be nice through the week, I'm hoping by tomorrow or the next day, I can get up there. I need to get up there, and then I need to go check on Seven Creeks. I wished I could get to these places a lot sooner and shorter time in between, but I would love to go every day, but you're either dealing with the weather or I'm dealing with family here, responsibilities here on the farm, all that kind of stuff as well, right? And all the other things that go along with the YouTube channel. There's lots going on. If I had a second set of hands helping me do this, it would be different, right? I could be, but I don't know if I would trust anybody else to do the editing, that I do, right? I put a lot of hours into each video. I guess I could just, shoot the video and put up the raw footage and just leave it as is, but there's so many things that I discover within the footage I have to share, right? It's important to share this stuff. I believe the Bigfoot are sharing these things with me, and I think they do understand that I'm sharing it with you. It's a feeling I have that they're in on this with me. And I've always said, from the very beginning, I would speak to them and I would talk to them and I would say, show me so that I can show them the beauty of your people, of your species, of what you are and how you guys live and in your ways. Bigfoot, big medicine. Huge medicine. Not just their size, their physical presence, but they have a very large spiritual presence and energy. And they have these amazing abilities. I had mentioned in my previous video about them, you have a lot of people that do not believe in spirit and that don't believe in a creator or that spiritual realm, right? You have a lot of people, they stick to the science. That's where they go, right? They go there with everything. I've had conversations with people who are there in that scientific realm of things, and they can only go so far, right? That's the thing. They can only go to a certain point and then it stops because they're dismissing a whole major portion of not just our existence, of the world around us. There's a whole nother realm there. There's a spiritual realm. There's energy. There's vibration. Anybody who's an empath or a seer, somebody who sees in the spirit understands this, right? Because you're very much familiar with that other side. You don't see it so much, but you feel it. You sense it constantly, and it's there. And there are all these things that take place that confirm this for you and to you. But there are quite a few people that just shut themselves off from that because, if you believe that, then you have to change your life. You have to change the way you live. You understand that you have to answer to a higher power. People don't want to do that, right? They don't want to go there, sadly, but it is what it is. It is what it is. But for the Native people, for myself, when I look at the Bigfoot and I see the Sasquatch, big medicine. They're big, they're powerful, they're spiritual, they're interdimensional beings, and they have some pretty amazing abilities. If you're just coming on board, take the time just to sit back and listen, watch previous videos, go back, I've been here on YouTube since 2019. It's been a few years, right? And we're still only, to me, we're still only scratching the surface. It seems like we're still just beginning, and they're starting to get comfortable enough to come closer and to share some pretty amazing things, right? And I will share that with all of you. Kind of exciting. I still have the link here to my GoFundMe page, trying to get enough money for that Bigfoot camper trailer. Again, for those that are just coming on board, it's something, it all started with, every time I go, I visit 4 groups, 4 locations, 4 different clans. And each time I get there, I spend about 4 hours, maybe 5 hours, until I'm losing daylight. And right when I'm getting ready to leave, things pick up and things get busy. And when I turn those cameras off, you wouldn't believe the sounds I hear and the things I see. But I'm on my way home, right? And it's just been a dream of mine to be able to go in there and camp a night or 2 with these groups. We've already discussed why a tent wouldn't work and things like that, right? I'm in places where there are grizzly bears, where there are other predators. There are bears, grizzlies, cougars, and tenting in each of these places. I'll be leaving, right? I'll be leaving that camping area, whether it be with my truck or on a hike, and everything's got to stay there while I'm gone. So if I have something that I can, lock up and have it semi-safe, everything is safe and sound as I leave, and I don't have to be thinking about that constantly in the back of my mind as I'm trying to focus on what I'm doing ahead, right? So I've had a lot of people say some pretty mean things because of my idea. I don't know why. I'm not sure what it is to them. I'm not here to make a whole lot of money. I need to be able to afford to do this, which is why I have my membership. Again, for those that are here, I do have a membership. There's a link on the page. If you're watching this from your smart TVs, log in with your phone or your laptop or things like that, and all the information you need, my mailing address, Facebook page links, the GoFundMe, the membership. I have a store. There's a store link there for t-shirts and hoodies and such, and there's PayPal link there. It's all there. All the information is there, but you can't get to these places on your smart TV, so you're going to have to log in with your smartphone or your iPhone, what have you, laptop, tablet, desktop. That will take you to the information, right? It'll take you to the information, but all the links are there, and it's all there. It's all there for you. I put it all there for you. Okay, but anyway, the Bigfoot. They're a beautiful, amazing species, and I'm going to put this image up here. One of my biggest pet peeves, one of the things that bothers me the most is it's a man type looking upright with a gorilla face. I've never seen this gorilla face, and I've been face to face with one here near to the farm, near to my hayfield. Some of you know the story. Anybody that I've spoken to or that I know that's had a real Bigfoot encounter, some hunters. The one gentleman said he had one in his sights, and there was no way he could pull that trigger because he was looking in. He said it was like I was looking into the face of another man, right? He wasn't looking at a gorilla face, and I've never seen that. And anybody that I know that have had true encounters, real Bigfoot experience, have all said the same thing. Very human, like when you see them, their face, their eyes, their nose, bulkier, heavier brows, and wider bridge on the nose, domed head. When you see these, and people, all these people putting these CGI computer generated images of Bigfoot, it annoys me. It annoys me to no end, because that's not what they look like. If you can vilify something and you can make them look monster, ape, less human, you can do a lot of damage. to that species. I know this. I'm a half breed. I'm half native. A lot of people say, well, I don't look that native. It's okay. But it's in my blood, right? It's in my blood. I'm a half blood, right down the middle. But I know a lot of the stories and the history of the Cree people, but a lot of tribes, a lot of native people. Really, the only way the powers to be, the ones that, came across and were taking over the land and removing native people from land and pushing the tribes away. As things came from the east to the west, it was like a domino effect, right? It was pushing the tribes against each other for territory, and the fighting, there was a lot of fighting. But before that, it was very peaceful. And seeing the only way, you can fact check what I'm about to say to you, it's in the historical archives, Canadian archives. I'm not sure about the US, but in Canada, the archives, there's documents there where, they vilified the native people. We were cannibals, we were scalping, we were these horrible subspecies of human, which allowed them to do what they did, right? Because if you can push that narrative, and that negative narrative, and we're monster-ish type of people, right, to justify what they did. And in a way, it's very similar to what's happening with the Sasquatch here now. You see these kind of pictures, and you hear, I believe that I would say 90% are made up. These horror-filled, scary stories of attacks and abductions and all of that, what have you. The more that narrative is pushed, the more people are conditioned to believe in such things, right? And if they do decide to go in full force and attack a family or a clan of Sasquatch, if they can get it to a point where it can be justified, they'll do it, right? But the only way they can do that is to vilify these beings, and they are far from the monsters that they're making them out to be. And the only way they could justify harming any of them or trying to capture or what have you is to, continue that negative rhetoric towards that species, towards the Bigfoot, and then people, the majority, start seeing them in that way, and oh yeah, it's okay then. And there are people like myself and others like myself that are and who have Bigfoot encounters on a regular basis. We know the truth, and a lot of people don't want that truth out there. Trust me, I know that already. And I've only been doing this, like I said, since 2019, and I've had the attacks. I've had the people trying to shut me up and shut me down and stress me out to the point where, I think on the average, somebody else might quit, right, doing what I'm doing. But to me, this is far more important than them, far more important than that. And like I say, we're just starting. The Bigfoot are just starting to come forward and closer and to share some pretty amazing things with me as I'm out there, and in turn I'm sharing it with all of you. Be careful what you hear, what you take in, or what you let in. And don't believe everything you're hearing and seeing. And I think a lot of people are wisening up. We do need more boots on the ground people, but to go out there, going in humble and kind, asking permission. And I think for a lot of the researchers, they're going to get a lot farther if they go in respectfully. Don't touch their structures. Don't be yelling and screaming at them. Making noise. They don't like the noise. And they don't like that direct eye contact. They don't like that. And all of these things I've learned over the years, and I'm continuing. When you think you think you know something, or you know enough, they'll do something to put that into perspective. And I'm learning something new every day and every week, and not walk in there arrogant and think you know what these beings are and what they're about and what they do and why they do the things they do. But I'll quit rambling. I haven't been able to talk to you guys for a while. I haven't been on here. Like I said, I've just been kind of waiting out the weather patterns, right? Like I say, it looks like it's going to be good for a few days, and I'm going. I'm going. I need to get up there. I keep feeling a pull to go see and connect with Koi. But anyway, in the meantime, I have stuff I want to share with you, and maybe we can share some of these things while we're waiting out the crazy weather system. And this is something I capped Sammy and I when we went to set up the trail cam east of the farm here. On my way back, and I didn't even add this into the video because I was just walking. Sammy and I were walking home, just walking along the edge of the field, and I think maybe 5 minutes later I turned the camera off and we continued home. But on that trek home, I have something I want to share with you that I found within the footage. I'll play the original footage. I'll point out where you need to keep your eyes and watch the movement, watch the tree movement. We have another situation like we did at the river where the Sasquatch is there and they're moving the trees. One of the clan was there, and that was probably what Sammy was so concerned with. If you all remember how whiny he was, and he really didn't stay with me in the trees, and when he was in the trees he was whining and he wanted to go. This would be why. I should just listen to Sammy. He's my little Bigfoot detector. But anyway, we'll get into this little video. It's just a quick short video clip, and then we'll slow it down, we'll zoom in. I've got a still image that I want to share with you from it, and thank you all for being here. Thank you for your patience as well, because winter settles in, you're dealing with snow, and as soon as the roads are plowed and it warms up a little bit and the snow stops, I'm on the road trip, right? So anybody new that's come on board, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. And everybody take care, stay safe, and I will see you in the trees. Bye for now.
Thank you.